we have new information about the one of the most awaited features from the new Guild Wars 2 expansion, homesteads, player housing. We're gonna get some more details in how it works and a few more features and features that are actually not coming as well. Subscribe to the channel for more content of this. So here is the new post. It has a good amount of information and a good amount of summaries as well from it. But it's a German post. It's a German article, so you're gonna have to translate it if you want to see it. I'll leave the link in the description down below so you can do it. Essentially, they interviewed one specific developer about the whole new system and a few of the details that he has. Let's go towards the main points though. As I already read the whole thing, we can do a little bit of a summary instead. Considering the home instance and guild halls, ArenaNet says it has always been working towards a housing system. All unlocked extras of the home instance, Bloodstone Oven, Crate of Obelisk, Shard of Winter's Day Tree, Jokebox, Golem, MOX, and all the cats will be carried over to the homestead, but they will not be freely placeable. According to ArenaNet, they are logically placed together to facilitate collections or interactions. So it seems like all the things that you can gather, all the little things that you got from the homestead, like the Winter's Day Tree, all of these features that you could collect and put in your normal housing, your home. You will have them, but you're not going to be able to place them in wherever you want. And I think this makes sense. You wouldn't want like everyone putting all of their gathering stuff in one little tiny spot, so you can just press F multiple times and then just get everything. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense, and it would just work. It would look stupid. I think going for the roleplay version of it and just putting them in very specific spots that are kind of made for that. I think it's a good idea. We talked about this in the other interview, but getting some sort of stuff that are actually limited, and they always will be there, it makes your creativity kind of sprout and make you be able to do more things around those specific things that will exist no matter what. So I think this is honestly pretty okay. There will be a fast travel function for homesteads, via a function called Conjured Doorway. This lets you physically place a door in wall through which you can enter the home and invite others. Pretty cool. So you're gonna be able to be in the random, in the open world and put the little, put the doorway there, and people are gonna be able to go to your homestead. Now I wonder how many they're gonna be able to put in. Like I wonder if you're gonna be like in Tecuatl and you're gonna see like an insane amount of doors just all over the place. That could be kind of stupid, I guess. But I guess we already have some, things like the bobblehead and all this other stuff that people already do, or put like multiple tags. So maybe it's not really that bad. We'll definitely see how it works. They actually talk later on about how people can actually join your homestead, and they said that hey, you can actually invite others, but and multiple people and whatever. But they will only be able to join your homestead if you invite them, 1, and 2 if you're there. So it seems like, well, I guess they didn't really exactly say that if you're there, but I'm assuming that for the wording they had. So in some ways, I'm kind of happy that, you have the liberty to be like, hey, I don't want people joining my homestead if I'm not there. I think that's fine. But I think it's also nice if anyone could be like, I don't know, there was like a list of all the homesteads that are public, and you can put your homestead there if you want people to hang out there, even if you're offline. I don't see this as being a bad thing. Like, there are things, I'm not sure how it actually works in Final Fantasy and other games, but hey, homesteads can be a social feature, and it kind of sucks if, the only way to get into a homestead is if you're online. Like, what if you're like, oh, I need to go pick something up, a package or my kids or whatever, and I was like, oh well, I guess I have to leave the computer on so you guys can can enter. Maybe there's like a technical limitation that prevents you from doing this, but honestly I would just rather see like an LFG of sorts, that you can see all the homesteads that are public, and if you want to put yours there, you can, right? I think that would be so much more better. Of course, you should definitely have the possibility and the option to not let other people join in, but I think that's fine too. The upper limit for the amount of decorations placed is 1,000 objects. Now, that's a good amount, but is it enough? I guess it really is kind of hard to tell, because, well, we do know more or less how big the homesteads are. They are actually bigger than guild halls, but I wonder how many you can actually put in guild halls. Like, how many decorations can you actually put in? What's the limits? Let's actually go check this out. There you go. There's a maximum limit of 2,000 placed decorations per guild hall. I wonder if this is too little, because if guild halls have 2,000 objects limit and the homesteads are bigger, will this be a problem? It's gonna be hard to tell. They might actually have to up the amount of objects you can actually put in, but I will have to see. Now they definitely say here the limit for the proximity of objects has been noticeably weakened compared to the guild hall, which is a great thing, and that is a bit of a translation error, I think, because weekend sounds like bad, but what they mean is that, hey, for example, let's in this photo, you want to put, if you wanted to put in the guild hall one specific item, like right on after this little, I don't know, this little table, it wouldn't really let you, right? I mean, you would, but the more, like, it'll have limits in how many you can actually get close together, and eventually things are not going to be able to be close together, and the game's going to tell you, no, you can't put more stuff here. And limiting that, it kind of sucks, right? So now that, you know, according to this one, it will actually be better than the ones in guild halls, which I think is a great thing. Now, I don't know how much better. They definitely say that it's going to be way better, but is it going to be enough? Considering the fact that there's so many decorations and probably little details that you're going to be able to put in this homestead, I really hope you can put a good amount of stuff very close together so you can make it look very, very cool and beautiful. I know that Final Fantasy XIV at least felt that way to me when I was watching the housing system there. It looked like you could actually put an insane amount of things together to make, you know, the detail way bigger and way better. I hope that this is the case as well for this for this feature. Guild decorations are not compatible with the homestead, so this essentially means, like, not only we're gonna get another way of actually crafting the homestead feature, you know, the homestead decorations, but also, you know, the guild decorations will not, you're not gonna be able to get a guild decoration that you already have and put it in the homestead, which I think is good, because otherwise everyone that has been blasting guilds and the guild decorations for a while will have an insane advantage. They do say later that they are gonna look into putting a lot of the guild decorations into homesteads eventually, but they're gonna go through the actual homestead system instead, which I think is the correct way of doing it. You shouldn't waste the assets that we already have in decorations in guilds, but definitely make us do it again. You know, in a different way, so people that have played the game for an insane amount of time don't have an insane amount of advantage against new players. And it kind of sucks, like, oh, you're gonna have to do them again, but look, I mean, look, a new system, you're gonna have to grind a little bit, right? Although there's no information about other homestead locations in the future, the system is set up in such a way that you can add more later, like with guild hall. So I'm definitely gonna think that that's gonna happen. Like, it would be insane that they wouldn't, you know, get us more and more homesteads later on in other locations. Probably things that I mean, honestly, they should monetize it. Maybe some of them you can't. Well, I guess you can monetize them by releasing it with the expansion. So there's a new homestead with the expansion, and that way, hey, you're buying the expansion because you want that new homestead. I guess that's a good way of doing it. It could be a Minecraft section as well. There also could be, like, and this would be very interesting to me, like, what if the raid becomes a new homestead, right? Like, I don't know, one of the you know, like the last boss arena, you can actually transform it into a homestead if you killed it in the hardest difficulty or whatever, or maybe not in the not even in the hardest difficulty, but in the normal difficulty. I think that'll be kind of fun. But I mean, who knows, right? who knows if that's gonna be the case. They have a lot of possibilities here, and I'm glad that they're actually thinking about it already. Minis and Rangers companions cannot be placed in the home arena. I think this one kind of sucks. They talked about how they probably would see it and consider to put it in the future, but right now it's not the case. I think that sucks. I think we have mounts. Minis are actually a big part of the game. There's a lot of them. They're hard to get. They're meaningful in the ways that you get them. Having them, I think, would have been a great idea. Now, we did get a good amount of stuff, so I'm not gonna complain too much, but Rangers and Minis definitely should be there eventually, and I'm hoping that will be, honestly, hopefully before the next expansion, but we'll definitely see. There's gonna be a day-night cycle in the homestead as well. That seems nice, you know. I wonder if you're gonna be able to fish in it and get night cycle fishes and day cycle fishes. That'll be interesting as well, but I guess we're gonna have to see. That's pretty nice though. It'd be nice also if you get like other weathery effects. So maybe it rains, maybe it snows. That would be super cool, especially for the homestead. But it is probably a lot to deal with. Different types of processing, because Guild Wars 2 has a lot of processing. Different post post-processing that makes the whole game look completely different, and different zones as well. So it'd be very cool if you could actually change that in a setting inside of the homestead. Otherwise you're gonna have to do it with like something like Reshade or whatever, but I really don't see why not. It's customizable as you want, and it makes you be able to make your homestead different than other ones. Mounts use their stamina drastically. They just said like, hey, you know, I mean classically, these used mounts work exactly as they would work in other places, and you cannot place updrafts or paragliders. Not yet though, because I think they will eventually make an updraft paraglider decoration for guild halls, and most likely also homesteads. That's what I'm gonna put my bet on that. But you do indeed have also a flight mode, which makes you be able to become a bee and just go around and do whatever. And that's about it, right? I do really hope though that they do make the updraft and maybe Leylands as well into a decoration, so you can do like mount races inside of the guild halls, and of course the homestead. It would be a great thing. But yeah, that's about the entirety of the post. A good amount of information, little details, and most of them seem pretty nice. Some of them kind of disappointing, but it fills me up with hope, the fact that even the ones that are disappointing, they're being like, yeah, but we'll probably get it anyways later, so I think it's fine. Yeah, it seems like a good little, you know, more information about the new system. Good Saturday news, I think. And also, if you want to see the whole post and the whole interview, because these ones were essentially summarized by them, and I kind of summarized them even further. So I did read everything, of course, but you can go in here and read the entire interview if you can catch up a few things that I didn't. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys are waiting for with this new feature, and see you guys around. Love you all. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. Go to my Discord. Go to my Ko-Fi. Everything. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye.